Welcome to Parently. I'm Annabelle, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We are in my kitchen and we are going to make some muffins. This is my personal date recipe, and it's great for you if you are in your pregnancy and you want some healthy snacks, if you're getting close to labor and you're trying to figure out how to eat more dates to soften your cervix, or if you've already given birth and you're trying to just keep your weight down, have some healthy snacks for you and your kids. This is a great recipe. It is my personal recipe that I have created. We love to do that in our house, love to create recipes that are low sugar, have whole ingredients in them, and are organic because we like clean food. So Bingley, my son, is in the kitchen with me and he's gonna help me cook because I think it's super important to have your kids in the kitchen learning how to cook with you. Let's go over this recipe. The first thing you're gonna do is turn on your oven. I've already turned mine on to convection baked 350 degrees, getting really, really hot. Then pull out all of your ingredients. The first thing that you should pull out is your milk. You're gonna pull out a cup of milk, unless you have buttermilk sitting around the house. We don't usually have buttermilk in the house, so I pull out a cup of my whole milk, has some good fats in it, and we are going to add a tablespoon of lemon juice. You can add apple cider vinegar if you have that instead of lemon juice. Either one works, but that is going to create your buttermilk. It's gonna sit for 5 minutes while we are collecting all of our other ingredients. Next, go ahead and get your bowls out. You need 2 mixing bowls. I use one from my KitchenAid mixer. I love using my KitchenAid. And then my other one is actually a clay bowl or a glass bowl, either one. This is gonna be for my dry ingredients. The KitchenAid is going to start out my wet ingredients. Next, you need a half a stick of butter. This needs to be sitting out for about 2 hours to come to room temperature. A half a stick, which is 4 tablespoons. If you think, oh, I'll just go ahead and microwave my butter or get it warm on the stove, you can do that, but it's gonna change the taste and the texture of the muffin. So I recommend 2 hours at room temperature. You need 1 egg. I've already cracked it in the bowl and Bingley is going to whisk it here in just a second. You need carrots. I use about a half a bag of mini carrots. It's about 2 cups once when they are whole, but then we're going to shred them in my Ninja, and it's gonna be about a cup of shredded carrots. You also need your dates, the best part of this recipe. Bingley has already nibbled some of this date off. We should have 5 date rolls here, but we have about 4.5. If you're using whole dates that are pitted, you need about 7 whole dates, but because these are date rolls, they have some unsweetened coconut on top. I just use about 5 of them, or 4.5. Next, for the dry ingredients, we are going to use a cup and a half of all-purpose flour. You can use other types of flour. We use all-purpose flour. You're gonna use 3/4 cup of oats. These are just regular oats. They're not quick oats. They're just regular oats. So a lot of people call for oat flour in recipes. I personally like to keep my oats whole. So 3/4 cup of whole oats. Then you need 1/3 cup of sugar. You can use whatever kind of sugar you want, but only 1/3 cup. It's not a lot of sugar. Like I said, we like to reduce sugar in our household, but still give things a little bit of a sweet taste. Next is your vanilla extract. We're gonna use 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a half a teaspoon of salt, sorry about that, and then some ginger. This is ginger root. I have already taken the skin off of it, and then I'm going to use my grater to grate this ginger right into the dry ingredient and give my muffin a little bit of a kick. Plus, ginger is also really good for nausea, helps calm the stomach. So just a little bit of a ginger. Love that, don't you? Don't you like ginger? What's ginger? Hot. It's so hot, hot, hot. All right, so now let's start combining all of our ingredients and make some really good date muffins. Let's combine all of our dry ingredients. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay, here you go. Pour that in the bowl. More? Some oats. Okay, we're gonna do 3 of those. So that was 1. Whoa. 2. 3. Sugar?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Good. Cinnamon's kind of something you have some wiggle room. Baking powder. Ooh, we don't want to do that much. That would be crazy. And baking soda. This one's kind of hard. Can I help? Okay. Hold on. Ooh. Ooh. It's way down there. Woohoo! All right. Good. Is that all of our dry? Oh, we need salt. Can't forget the salt.
No. Yes.
Salt. Oh, a little bit more. 2 halves. Now, use this fork and stir up your dry ingredients. Good job, okay? Now let's do our ginger. Grate the ginger. Watch your fingers. Uh-oh. Ready? Can I help? Put your fingers more up here. There you go. Good. What is this?
Ginger. Ginger hot.
Look at all that ginger back there. Now let's do our wet ingredients. So we're gonna push the dry to the side. Now first, we're going to whisk the egg. Good, now pour the egg into the bowl. I'll take the fork, thank you.
Mom.
Good job. Let's have some butter. Ready?
Yeah.
Drop it in. Teaspoon of vanilla. Ready?
Me.
A friend gave us this vanilla for Christmas that she made from home. It's so good, isn't it? Okay. What else do we need? I think that's all the wet. Wait a minute. Is our buttermilk ready? What do you think?
Yes.
Does it look like buttermilk?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, ready to put it on the mixer? We're gonna bring the mixer to you, okay? Here we go.
Down, down, down.
Down, down, down.
Down.
All right, and let's put the, this just keeps it from splattering all over us, doesn't it? All right, let's turn it on. So let's pour the dry ingredients in now. Ready? Now we're going to shred our carrots. Ready, Bingley?
Yeah.
All right, that's good. Shredded carrots, easy as that. And now we're going to add our dates to our carrots and just get those dates blended in. Now let's pour this into our mix. So you don't want to overmix, just till it's all blended together. Maybe a minute, maybe 2, not overmixing it. So you want a baking pan, and then you want your muffin tins. If you're not using this amazing Silpat from Williams-Sonoma that I'm going to link in the description below, then you need to use muffin tins with butter or spray or something. But I love this Silpat. You don't have to butter it, oil it, whatever you want to call it. You just pour your batter in, bake, the muffins come right out, and then I just rinse it with some water and lay it out to dry. It's marvelous. Okay, and then once you get all of the batter in the tins, I recommend sprinkling each muffin with a little bit of sugar, about a tablespoon for all 12. If you have sugar on the outside of a muffin, that's the first thing that's gonna hit your mouth, and it's going to give you the illusion that there's way more sugar in the muffin than there is. So I always recommend putting a little bit on top if you are trying to get used to that reduced sugar taste in muffins. All right, they're all ready. You ready to put them in the oven? We're gonna put them in the oven for about 18 to 20 minutes, and depending on your oven, you'll just have to use a toothpick to make sure that they are done.
Muffins ready. Hot muffins.
Once your muffins come out of the oven, if they're in a typical muffin pan, then you wanna let them cool for about 10 minutes. With the Silpat, I let them sit for about 2 minutes, and then I pull them out and put them on a cooling rack. With the Silpat, the moisture really just sits underneath them, so I don't want them to get soggy. I put them on a cooling rack, let them cool completely before I put them on in an airtight container or on a plate to present them. So they are completely cool, so we're gonna go ahead and organize them in a beautiful way and enjoy them as a family. We like to put butter on our muffins, whether we're having them for breakfast, if we're having them for an afternoon snack, or my favorite is to eat them for dessert. I love pastries for dessert. I sometimes will eat iced cream. Not really a huge cake fan, but I love having muffins and any sort of pastry for dessert. So I like to have them after dinner at nighttime.